What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Big Fight Field channel, where we speak the truth, we're honest, and we give our takes on the Miami Dolphins, man. It is Monday night, October 3rd, 2022. A little show for you guys tonight. I usually do it Tuesday nights, but with the game on Thursday, there's a lot of time between now and Sunday, so I figured why not go ahead and get it out of the way early and do it on Monday night. I'm recording this around 6:45, right before the Rams and 49ers Monday Night Football game. And yes, I have to watch a little bit of the Phillies tonight. Shout out to my team. The magic number is 1. Aaron Nola is on the mound tonight against the Houston Astros. The Phillies get this game done. The Phillies are in the playoffs, man. So excited. I'm going to be watching a little bit of that game tonight, a little bit of that, and a little bit of Monday Night Football as well. So that's in about an hour and a half. Figured I'd record real quick, get it up before those games start, then have myself a good night, hopefully celebrating a Phillies playoff berth. But we do have some stuff to talk about. We do have some more Tua Tagovailoa news with the whole concussion stuff. And Saturday, the doctor for the NFL, the nephrologist that cleared Tua made several mistakes. He got fired. Screw that guy. That guy sucks. I don't know. I guess Tua did have a concussion, but the evidence doesn't point that direction. So, with everything in the way McDaniel talked about in the press conference today, we have some Tua news. Talk about Teddy Bridgewater starting on Sunday against the Jets, and then also talk about a little bit about the AFC East and what happened on those games this weekend. Shout out to the Baltimore Ravens. You guys suck. John Harbaugh's an idiot. And they literally handed the Buffalo Bills that game. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. So I don't want to waste your time much more. If you haven't already, be sure to go ahead and check out the recap I did Thursday night. Bengals-Dolphins Thursday Night Football. Talking about the whole Tua concussion and the game. That stuff. But hey, heading into the night, it's an NFC battle, and heading into Week 5, the Miami Dolphins are on top of the AFC East and on top of the AFC. So they are still the best team in the AFC right now. So without further ado, let's get into it, man. I want to start with Tua. Like I said, Saturday. The nephrologist that cleared Tua, who is unaffiliated. I just want you to be sure about that. Has nothing to do with the team. Doesn't give a fuck about the game going on. He's just there to do his job, and he did a shitty job, and he made several mistakes, and which the NFLPA found out, and then he got fired. He got fired for it, and there's been nothing pointing towards the Miami Dolphins that they did something wrong, or Mike McDaniel that he did something wrong. And I'll call out the people that have been trashing on Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel has done nothing wrong. Mike McDaniel's job, okay? Mike McDaniel is not a goddamn doctor. He's not going to provide you updates on what he saw with the scam every day with Tua's concussion test. Mike McDaniel has a football team to coach. Mike McDaniel this week has a football game to get ready for against the New York Jets. He is the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. He is not the doctor of the Miami Dolphins. Those answers you got to get from the doctors. Y'all got to leave Mike McDaniel out of this for saying, oh, Mike McDaniel's a careless coach. Mike McDaniel's reckless. Mike McDaniel doesn't care about his players. You got Mike McDaniel crying on the podium Friday about how much he cares for players' health and how he wouldn't put players in that position. You got players up there saying the Dolphins medical staff are a very well orchestrated staff and they take care of their players very well. Christian Wilkins, Emmanuel Ogbah all said that today. They all said positive stuff about Tua and how his health is first for the team, and that is absolutely true. Tua is going to be missing a couple games. It was confirmed today in the press conference by Mike McDaniel that there's no timetable for Tua's return, and Tua is out for Sunday against the Jets. He's not going to play, and Teddy Bridgewater is going to be the starting quarterback. I'll talk about that in a little bit. My prediction on Tua's timetable for return, I know for concussions, it usually takes 10 to 14 days to recover from a concussion. But with this whole scandal on the Miami Dolphins and the team doctors and all that crap, I could see Tua resting. I could see Tua being out basically this entire month. So that's the Jets, the Vikings, Pittsburgh, and the Detroit Lions, all in the month of October. I could see Tua sitting out the rest of this month and then coming back week 9 against the Chicago Bears. That's my prediction of what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but that's my theory. That's what I think is going to happen. I could be wrong. I don't know. But his health is first, and he needs to take care of himself with this concussion. It was really scary and really nasty, and I'm still very upset over it. And his health is first for the team. His health should be first for the team. That being said, do not rush this injury. For the medical staff, you cannot tell him, okay, you're coming back this week. You're going to be ready. You have to be ready by this week. No, you should let him tell you when he feels. Of course, he's going to say he would want to play this week, but he can't for PR reasons. If the Dolphins let Tua play this week, they would get absolutely slammed by the national media, by every sports outlet, and by Twitter. So, not like Twitter means anything. Twitter's a joke, but you got all of a sudden everybody on Twitter's a doctor. So it's ridiculous. But the national media sports would slam Tua and the Dolphins for allowing Tua to go out there and play. But he's got to be the one to say, okay, I'm ready for this week. You need to give him enough time to rest, enough time to recuperate, because it's a long season. And I didn't want to talk about it on Thursday night because it wasn't the time to talk about it. But Tua is an injury-prone quarterback. He needs his rest, and he needs to be 100% when he comes back. He cannot be 90. He cannot be 80. He needs to be 100% ready to go with a clear mind and no concussion at all. So Tua needs to take as much time as possible to recuperate, heal up, and then when the time is right, get back on the football field and make this playoff run. So that's basically all the news. And he got his test for MRI for concussion was negative. So it's nothing serious. It's not like a really bad brain or head injury that's going to keep him out for a really long time. He probably just has a concussion, which is fine. I'm so happy there's no damage, no terrible damage to his head, because with an injury like that in the NFL, a player could get paralyzed. So I'm very, very happy that Tua is safe and Tua is not as beat up as we thought the possibility of him being beat up. So with that being said, Mike McDaniel did confirm today that Tua is not playing, and taking his place is going to be Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater will be the starting quarterback Sunday at MetLife Stadium against the Jets. And I see a lot of Dolphin fans on Twitter upset that Teddy Bridgewater is starting over Skylar Thompson. Teddy Bridgewater sucks. Teddy Bridgewater can't move the ball. All this. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Teddy Bridgewater, at this stage of the game, is our best option. If we were 1-3, if we were 0-4, I'd be like, screw it. Go for it. Put Skylar Thompson in there. See what the kid has. But we are 3-1 on top of the AFC East and on top of the AFC. This is our light part of the schedule coming up. The quarterbacks we're facing are Zach Wilson, Kirk Cousins, looks like Kenny Pickett, Jared Goff, Justin Fields, Jacoby Brissett, and Davis Mills. We need to win most of these games. We need to go at least 5-2. That's what I'm going to be saying. We need to go at least 5-2 these next 7 games, because we have another hard stretch coming up where in December we're going to play San Francisco, the Chargers, Buffalo, and the Packers in consecutive weeks. This is like the 4-game stretch we had at the beginning of the season with the Patriots, Ravens, Bills, and Bengals. We're going to get the same exact thing in December with the 4 teams that I just mentioned. So right now, from October to November, is the time we need to win and stack up these wins on these average quarterbacks. And the best chance for us to do that is with Teddy Bridgewater as our starting quarterback, in my opinion. You can't think of the possibility of the inexperienced Skylar Thompson going in there and screwing up the game or whatever if it happens. The Skylar Thompson experiment in preseason was great. He was the best player on the Dolphins during preseason, but that was against third-string and fourth-stringers who probably aren't even in the NFL anymore, and he was playing with players that are on the practice squad for the Miami Dolphins. So for all the people who are begging for Skylar Thompson to be the starting quarterback against the Jets, you need to stop. You honestly need to stop. Now, if Teddy goes in there and Teddy shits the bed against the Jets and he's shitting the bed against the Vikings, why not? Get a spark in there. Like Tomlin said yesterday about the Jets-Steelers game. There wasn't a spark with Mitch Trubisky in there, so they put in Kenny Pickett. If that same thing happens with Teddy and Skylar, go for it. Go for that spark that you think you need and put Skylar in the game over Teddy Bridgewater. But for right now, Teddy Bridgewater gives the Dolphins the best chance to win games that we need to win. It might not be pretty. It might not be 35 points with an electric offense. It might be, 20 points at most. It might be a low-scoring game or whatever. But I do think when it comes down to it, Teddy Bridgewater does give the Dolphins the best chance to win these next couple games if Tua is going to be out for an extended period of time. And Teddy Bridgewater is not a terrible quarterback, folks. Teddy Bridgewater is honestly one of the best backups in the NFL. Honestly, you look at all the teams in the NFL of backups, you got, and the situations that teams are going in. The Jets had to go to Joe Flacco, who didn't play bad. The Patriots had to go to Brian Hoyer because of a Mac Jones injury, which he got injured. And they had to go to a third-string, sixth-round quarterback, Bailey Zappi, So they're in that situation. Um, what else is there? Cowboys, I mean, it's going really good for them right now with Cooper Rush. And that's how I think we can be successful with Teddy Bridgewater. Look at what the Cowboys are doing with Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is playing amazing for the Cowboys. They're not blowing teams out. Their defense is playing outstanding. And Cooper Rush, what's the key thing that Cooper Rush is not doing with the Dallas Cowboys in this 3-game stretch that he's been playing while Dak's been injured? He hasn't turned the ball over. He's not throwing interceptions. He's not fumbling the football. He's getting enough points to get his team to win without turning the football over. If we can do that with Teddy Bridgewater, if all Teddy Bridgewater can do is just move the football down the field, score some points, score at least 20, 21 points, not turn the ball over, defense playing that Miami Dolphins style defense, folks, we're going to be okay. I truly believe that. We will be okay if we can get this, if we don't turn the ball over, and Teddy Bridgewater is able to move the ball down the field, which he should. He should with, Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert in the backfield, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki. Now, one thing I would like to see with Teddy Bridgewater, which I'll talk more about in the preview for the Dolphins-Jets game, which is probably going to be Friday, I would like to see them run the ball during this game against the Jets. I know they got a solid front seven, but they got a solid defensive line. But I would like to see the Dolphins try to run the ball more, especially with Raheem Mostert, with his fast ability. And if he sees a hole and he breaks through, he could go all the way. So that's what I would like to see. With Tua out, and maybe this isn't as an explosive offense as we've seen the past couple weeks with Tua. But, I would like to see the Dolphins at least try to run the ball more with Teddy Bridgewater in at quarterback. So that's my thoughts on Teddy starting against the Jets, Tua, and all of that. So, but yesterday, since there was no Dolphins game, it was a crazy day. Really quickly, it was a crazy day for the AFC East. You had the Patriots, who nearly beat the Packers with Bailey Zappi in at quarterback. Hold on a second, folks. Never mind. I'm good. Hold on. Okay, had to just send that text message real quick. But yeah, the Patriots nearly pulled off an incredible upset over the Packers with friggin' Bailey Zappi playing most of the quarterbacking for the Patriots. They lose to the Packers 27-24. I don't know how long Brian Hoyer's going to be out for, but the Patriots are starting off their season 1-3 and going into October are at the bottom of the AFC East. When was I can't even remember the last time the Patriots were at the bottom of our division. It's been a very long time. But yeah, that was a crazy game. And then the Jets go into Pittsburgh, beat the Steelers 24-20. Kenny Pickett throws 3 interceptions, scores 2 rushing touchdowns, but I wouldn't say he had a successful debut. He threw 3 interceptions, and with Pittsburgh, I mean, that's just an embarrassing home loss for them against the Jets. You're up 20 to 10 with 7 minutes to go, and you blow the game at home to the New York Jets. Just a terrible, terrible loss for them with a 1-3 record. And now you look at their schedule, the next 4 games. Holy shit, folks. They play at Buffalo, home against Tampa Bay, at the Dolphins on Sunday Night Football, and then at the Eagles. That's 4 consecutive weeks in a row. They have 1-7 staring in their face. Not the point, though. The Jets looked pretty impressive on offense. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna save it for the. I'm gonna save most of it for the preview. But folks, if you think that this is gonna be an easy game, we're just expected to go into MetLife, take care of business, and come out with a W, you're mistaking yourself. This is going to be. We're going to have to really earn this one, I think. The Jets are going to give us a fight, and this is a team that you cannot sweep under the rug and be like, you know what, this one's a lock. We should absolutely go in and beat the Jets in MetLife. Not the case. Not the case. I'll talk more about that on Friday. And then the Bills. Bills are down 20-3 to the Baltimore Ravens, and they come back and win 23-20. John Harbaugh handed the Buffalo Bills that game, literally on a silver plate. Here you go, with a W on it. The fact that you don't take the points against a team like the Buffalo Bills, and kick the field goal with Justin Tucker, it's mind-boggling. It's seriously mind-boggling that John Harbaugh could make that idiotic of a decision to go for it on 4th and goal at the 4-yard line to take the lead with a field goal, force the Buffalo Bills to go down there and score a touchdown. And the worst part of it is Lamar threw an interception, which if it wasn't an interception, they would have started on the 4-yard line. Instead, they started on their own 20. They milked 4.5 minutes, and they ended up kicking a 20-yard field goal to win the game. So, Buffalo literally got handed that game against the Ravens, and the Bills survived. The Bills literally survived that one. So that's it. That's all I got. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Comment down below your thoughts on Tua's injury. What do you think his timetable of return is going to be? Teddy Bridgewater starting against the Jets this week, and everything that happened in the NFL this week. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from me. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Colin_Joseph. And guys, I will see you possibly Wednesday night. I don't know yet. I might be going to the UCF football game Friday night. I'm not sure yet. So I will let you know. But I will definitely be back on Friday for the preview of the Dolphins-Jets game, Week 5 at MetLife Stadium. So have a good one. Stay safe. As always, stay classy. We out. Peace.